What drives you as a winger and as a rugby player?
I think what drives me is the healthy competition in the squad. I think the guys playing wing, everyone wants to play, and unfortunately, sometimes the coach picks the players that he thinks will do the job. And for me, it's just that healthy competition and giving my all and do my best. My best will probably be 11. Yeah.
But you haven't clocked yourself?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Quickly, obviously the All Blacks coming up on Saturday. You've never lost to them, so that's a nice little record to try and preserve on Saturday. But what does it mean for you taking on the All Blacks?
Yeah, I think playing against the All Blacks is always be special, especially playing in front of home crowd. And I think the All Blacks is a team that you never can underestimate. So I think we will definitely be ready for them and focus on the plan that the coach has set out for us to do.
And growing up in the Western Cape, born in Paarl, you were born 96. That's just like a couple of years after the dawn of democracy in this country. We know that there are a lot of All Black supporters in the Western Cape. Growing up, were you kind of aware of them? Were were some of them your friends, your family, part of your community?
No, not really. I think back then, I think the Springbok team was so good that my friends and I, we didn't want to support other teams. So we were supporting the Springboks.
You have an incredible strike rate as a try-scoring strike rate for the Springboks. And obviously wings are often measured by the ability to score tries. Is that something that you think about, that occupies your mind most of the time? Or is it something that just, if it happens, it happens?
I think it happens. I think I give credit to the forwards and the guys I'm playing with. I think the forwards are the ones that giving us the front foot ball, and without them, I think we as wingers will have a difficult day. We as backs will have a difficult day if we don't get that momentum from them. So I think it happens on the day.
And to what extent in preparation do you analyze opposition, in that you go with all the information? Are you obsessed with that, or do you play things as they unfold in front of you?
Sometimes I look at the opposition. I think it's part of our ball up to the game is to analyze their key players in. But for me, I don't focus too much about it. I'm just thinking about what I have to do next and focus on that.
Just analysing the All Blacks, one of the things which maybe a lot of sort of normal fans don't realise is just how good their kicking game is. Just what have you learned from playing them before? And obviously it's like a double-edged sword. I mean, they are going to kick a lot on you, but in a way that also brings you in the game more, gives you more opportunity.
With the All Blacks, I think they have that unorthodox kicks where when they see space, they kick chips or I think we must just be aware of that and starve them from that chip kicks or whenever they kick a ball. I think we must just handle it well so that they can be out of the game.
And just in terms of the Springboks this year, I mean, Liam mentioned your amazing strike rate in scoring tries. Conceivably, that might even get even better because there seems to be even more of an attack focus this year with Tony Brown. There, just how much have you enjoyed working with him, and You know, how much? What has he changed for you specifically?
Yeah, I think being coached by Tony Brown, I think he challenged us to see that moment when the space is on, and as soon as this space is there, you must take it. Otherwise, if you don't take it, then it will be gone. So yeah, I think he tries to not to force it on us, but yeah, to make us realize that there's space if we really look and see. Yeah.
Because the Springboks have been a good counter-attacking team, but it seems this year it's like you kind of more switched on to that moment. So that's basically what he's done.
Yeah, no, definitely. And also, he keeps on telling us to back our skill set. And yeah, I think if you hear that every time, then you kind of get that mindset of, listen, but you're skillful enough to do that, yeah.
That must give the team a huge amount of confidence, because obviously the Springboks, if they need to, can play with their forwards, you can play a kicking game, and then you can do all those things.
Definitely. It does give us a lot of confidence.
Quickly, you when there isn't space on, you're also a bit of a madman now. I mean, you run straight into the biggest forwards, the biggest wingers. You don't seem to care. Where does that physicality or that fearlessness come from?
Yeah, I think I don't make it as big as it is. Yeah.
Just in terms of your family, much of a background in playing rugby?
No, not really. I think I'm the only one. Yeah, the only one playing. Yeah.
Just on your background, correct me if I'm wrong, you went to Pierre Joubert School?
Paulo Joubert.
Okay, in Paul, non-Model C school. How difficult is it for kids going to non-Model C schools to make it to the Springboks, and what advice would you have for them?
I wouldn't say it would be difficult, because I mean, I was there. There wasn't a lot of facilities like gyms and stuff like that, but I think if you focus on that too much, then obviously it will be hard. But if you look away from that, then tell yourself, like, use anything to your advantage for your dreams, and yeah, then nothing can stand in your way, I think.
Does Paulus Joubert have a big rugby tradition? I mean, is it a big rugby school? And presumably you must have been like a star player while you were there.
Yeah, no, it is a big rugby school, especially when it comes to derbies. Yeah, it is a big rugby school, but not big enough that other players will get bursaries to other schools and stuff like that. Or yeah.
Who's your big derby opponent?
Northern Paul.
Northern Paul.
In Chasing the Sun 2, you spoke about your time working in a butchery. Did you think your rugby career was over then, and how did you stay positive?
I never thought that my rugby career would be over working while I was working at the butchery, because after I think when I locked out, then I went to the gym to prepare myself in case I get an opportunity, then I'll be ready. So yeah, I think that in the back of my mind, I always knew that one day there will come opportunity. Yeah.
So you're working a full day in the butchery and then still training afterwards.
Yeah.
What was your primary job, or did you do a bit of everything? What did you do in that?
I was basically focusing on like a fridge where I had to work with the pork bangers and stuff like that to make sure that that fridge is always full. Yeah.
Does your past experience mean that you're in charge of the braai whenever the Springboks have a braai?
Now I'll leave that to Kwagga and Peter Steff.
I want to ask, what influence did Chester Williams have on your career and leading you with UWC and the Varsity Shield?
To be honest, I think Chester had a big influence in my sporting career. He was the one that gave me opportunity when there was no one that wanted to give me opportunity, and I think he believed in me so much that I couldn't believe it myself. And I think that carried me through varsity rugby. Yeah.
How sad is it that Chester never saw you become this world-class rugby player that obviously he envisaged you could be?
Yeah, it's quite sad. It's really sad for him not seeing him. Yeah.
Do you take some of his memories with you? In other words, do you feel the responsibility that he had the confidence in you, and when you go onto the field?
Yeah, no, definitely. Sometimes I think back where when things didn't going well in the game, and he would say, no, just pass the wings to Andre and Kurtley. Things will start to work if you play the ball to those two guys. Yeah.
I've got one more, and it has to do with the Springboks have a half-decent record now against the All Blacks. There was a time when All Blacks, I think not that you had anything to do with this, but between 2010 and I think 2021, the Springboks won 3 out of 22 games against the All Blacks. That has shifted. If South Africa win on Saturday, it'll be 5 wins in 7. So the momentum is very much with the Springboks. Is that something that you guys talk about, the fact that you go into games with more confidence against the All Blacks as opposed to like a Koala?
I think we do talk about it a lot, and I think, like as Rassi said, it would be great if we can win this too, and just get it right. Yeah.